Talks before, a very warm welcome to you. And for those of you who are joining us for the first time, here's a little bit about us. Vishwa Talks is a space to expand the horizons of our minds. Every webinar, we call experts from different fields to discuss and examine opinions, issues, problems, and perspectives at an age where every media house is biased or polarized. And we have different communities creating a scenario of a very bad scenario where emotions are being wreaked. We would like to bring in a session which gives an opportunity for everyone to see what is so, and to have an interactive session where each of you can ask as many questions as you need on that subject, where we can all walk away with more respect for each other and a deeper understanding of the topic at hand, at a time where the Ukraine war is happening, at a time where our elections are coming. Our media is completely being, each section is sending their own point of views, creating fear. Here is an opportunity for each of you to think and move forward in life. Today at Vishwa Talks, our speaker is Mr. Nikhil Singh Chaudhary. He will lead us through a session in just a few minutes. Shri Nikhil Singh Chaudhary, an investigation officer for the Economic Offences Wing of Delhi Police, will guide us through how to protect ourselves from banking frauds. Nikhil has worked 2 years in banking services. Thereafter, he's joined the Delhi Police and has been serving with the nation for 8 years. Before we get started, I would like to inform our audience that our speaker will be taking questions from you after our main talk. So please leave your questions in the chat or raise a hand. We will allow you to ask your questions in person. I request everyone to turn your video cam for interactive activities. Now, without further ado, I invite our speaker to begin today's Vishwa Talks.
Thank you, ma'am, for giving me such an opportunity to share my views, my experiences, and my knowledge regarding these banking frauds. So I would like to start with a sentence which I really like, that earning money is easy rather than saving it. Since our childhood, we are taught how to earn money. We are taught to choose different professions. But when it comes to save money, then we have to develop some discipline in ourselves to save that. Earning money is important as well as saving money is also important. But what happens in these types of frauds, we lost our money. So I would like to start with a common phrase, which is known as good faith. Sometimes it happens कि हम जो हैं गुड फेथ में चीजें करते हैं, बट ऐसा होता नहीं है जैसा हम चाहते हैं, और फिर अपनी छोटी सी नेग्लिजेंसी की वजह से या मिस्टेक्स की वजह से जो भी हमारी मेहनत है, हमारे अर्निंग की, हमारी सेविंग की, वो सब जीरो हो जाता है, बिकॉज जो फ्रॉडस्टर्स हैं वो हमारा सारा मनी ले जाते हैं और एंड ऑफ द डे हमारे पास कुछ भी नहीं बचता है। अच्छा, मेरा पर्सनल इंटरेस्ट जो है इस फ्रॉड्स के बारे में बताने का आपको ये है कि इनडायरेक्टली ना ये एक लॉ इन्फोर्समेंट एजेंसी को या पुलिस फोर्सेस को या दूसरी एजेंसीज को ना हेल्प करेगा अवेयरनेस, अगर आप इन फ्रॉड्स को प्रिवेंट कर पाएंगे। होता ये है कि अगर आप जो आजकल चीटिंग, इवन नॉट चीटिंग, जस्ट बैंकिंग फ्रॉड्स का ही डेटा अगर आप कलेक्ट करेंगे तो जितना मनी इन फ्रॉड्स में लोगों ने गवाया है, अगर आप उसका सम करेंगे तो एक छोटी सिटी का जीडीपी से भी ज्यादा निकल जाएगा। अब जैसे आप ब्रॉडली ना टू कैटेगरीज में डिवाइड कर सकते हैं। वन इज ऑनलाइन और साइबर फ्रॉड्स, उसको हम कभी बाद में टेकअप करेंगे। नाउ टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस अबाउट फिजिकल बैंकिंग फ्रॉड्स। देखिए क्या होता है कि जब ये इतना सारे क्राइम हो रहे होते हैं हमारे पास, तो पुलिस के पास भी क्या होता है, ओवरबर्डन हो जाते हैं काम से। इन्वेस्टिगेशन इन बैंकिंग फ्रॉड्स की ही हमारे पास आ जाती है। तो दूसरा क्या है, ये जो पैसा है, जो क्रिमिनल्स ने पैसा आपका चुराया है या आपको चीट किया है, फिर कोलेटरल डैमेज होना शुरू होता है, क्योंकि वो चोरी का पैसा कहीं सही जगह तो इस्तेमाल होना नहीं है, उससे फर्दर क्राइम्स ही होने हैं। वो चाहे मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग हो या दूसरे क्राइम्स हो, तो वो कोलेटरल डैमेज भी आ जाता है। तो अगर आप फर्स्ट स्टेप में ही प्रिवेंट कर लेंगे, इन फ्रॉड्स को नहीं होने देंगे, तो एक तो वो जो इन फ्रॉड्स को डिटेक्ट करने में एनर्जी लगेगी वो बचेगा। सेकंड, जो कोलेटरल डैमेज है कि आप सेकेंडरी क्राइम्स जो होंगे इसके बाद उस पैसे से, वो भी रोक पाएंगे। तो हम अगर थोड़ा सा जैसे हम कभी आई डोंट नो कि आप लोग अवेयर हैं या आप लोगों ने देखा है, लेकिन जस्ट 20 और 25 ईयर्स बैक, तो हम जब ट्रैवल करते थे तो ना दिन में ट्रैवल करते थे, नाइट में ट्रैवल नहीं करते कि भाई आप सनसेट से पहले अपने घर पहुंच जाइए, या आप विलेजेस में रह रहे हैं तो सनसेट से पहले चले जाइए, अदरवाइज कोई आपको लूट लेगा, कोई आपसे सामान छीन लेगा, आपको हर्ट कर देगा। ये सबको पता था, ये प्रैक्टिसेस थी, माउथ टू माउथ ये चीजें बताई जाती थी। तो हम लोग जब इवॉल्व करते हैं एक सोसाइटी में, तो हम सर्टेन चीजें बचपन से ही अपने बच्चों को बताते हैं कि ट्रेन में अगर आप जा रहे हैं तो अननोन आदमी से कुछ नहीं खाना है ना, पॉइजनस हो सकता है, आपको बेहोशी की दवा दे के आपका सामान ले जा सकते हैं। तो ये चीजें हमें पता है। लेकिन जब आती है अपने पैसे को बचाने की बात या विक्टिम बनने की बात इन बैंकिंग फ्रॉड्स का, तो हमें नहीं पता हमें करना क्या है, या हमें पता है तो हम उस मैसेज को ट्रेवल नहीं कर पा रहे। हम इतना ही ट्रेवल कर पा रहे हैं कि आप बॉडीली ऑफेंसेस से अपने आप को सेव कर सकते हैं। तो अब जो छोटी छोटी बातें हैं, अगर आप स्टूडेंट्स हैं तो जो भी ऑडियंस है तो वो अपने पेरेंट्स से, अपने कलीग से शेयर कर सकते हैं। और अगर आप बिजनेसमैन हैं या आप जॉब में हैं तो भी आपको हेल्प करेगी। और अगर आप बैंकिंग एम्प्लॉय हैं तो बहुत ही अच्छा है, आप लोग मोर डिलीजेंटली अपना वर्क कर पाएंगे। तो मैं आपको एक छोटा सा इंस्टांस बताता हूँ। व्हेन आई वाज इन बैंकिंग, एक मेरे पास अकाउंट ओपन ऑलरेडी अकाउंट ओपन था ऑलरेडी अकाउंट ओपन था। तो उसके बाद एक महोदय आए कि आई नीड चेकबुक। ओके फाइन, सो आई चेक्ड द अकाउंट नंबर, दैट अकाउंट नंबर वाज इन नेम ऑफ हिज वाइफ। आई सेड सॉरी सर, आई कैन नॉट इशू चेकबुक टू यू, प्लीज कॉल योर वाइफ। सो ही सेड कि माय वाइफ इज इल एंड शी कैन नॉट कम। मैं कह रहा ओके फाइन, आई विल सेंड अ मैसेंजर, आई विल सेंड माय पियोन टू योर हाउस, he can deliver the checkbook to his wife. So he said कि no need to send your peon. 2-3 days after she will come to the branch. Said, okay, fine. So he didn't came. I thought he was forcing so hard. He need a checkbook. Then I came to know that his wife had expired 2 years back. So I was unable to understand how did that bank account opened. So I inquired. So no due diligence was conducted by the earlier officers of that branch. तो जस्ट एक छोटी सी आपकी डिलीजेंसी आपका बहुत सारा वक्त और पैसा बचा सकती है। अच्छा, एक चीज और है जो मैंने अभी सीखी है अपने 10-20 साल के एजुकेशन और जॉब के कैरियर में, कि ना हार्ड वर्क से और स्मार्ट वर्क से ना यू कैन अर्न मनी, बट उसको बचाने के लिए आपको डिसिप्लिन होना पड़े, अदरवाइज यू कैन नॉट सेव इट। सेम विद आपको प्रिवेंटिव मेजर्स ही लेने पड़ेंगे, तभी आप उसको बचा पाएंगे, अदरवाइज ऑल योर एसेट एंड योर मनी विल बी वाइप्ड आउट। तो फर्स्ट मैं आपको ये बताऊंगा कि जो फिजिकल बैंक फ्रॉड्स हैं, बेसिकली छोटी छोटी बातों का ध्यान रख के वी कैन प्रिवेंट आवरसेल्फ फ्रॉम गेटिंग इनटू दैट ट्रैप। First is ATM frauds. That is not cyber fraud. ATM frauds what? Um, when I was in my college, so in first time in my life, I saw an ATM card. Okay, ATM card, you go to an ATM booth and take out your cash. So what my father did, he wrote the pin on the ATM itself. He gave it to me. Okay, Nikhil, you go and take out the cash. I said, what is the pin? He said, it's written on the card only. I said, I said, what is this? Anyone can take out some money from that card. So why did you write that or that pin on that ATM card? Then he realized that he had done some mistake or I don't know. तो इसी तरीके से होता क्या है कि कई लोग अपना एटीएम का पिन का नंबर ही एटीएम कार्ड पे लिख देते हैं। अब क्या होगा उससे? कुछ भी किसी को करने की जरूरत नहीं है। आपका कार्ड किसी के पास गया तो your bank account will be empty in few days or in few hours. इसी तरीके से जब भी आप एटीएम से पैसे विड्रॉ करने के लिए जाते हैं तो इंश्योर करिए कि आपका जो कीपैड है, जो एटीएम मशीन का कीपैड है, वो आपके हैंड से फुल्ली कवर्ड हो। आपको पता भी नहीं चलता है। मैंने एन नंबर ऑफ केसेस देखे हैं जहां एटीएम क्लोनिंग होती है। एटीएम मशीन के ऊपर ही स्किमिंग डिवाइस लगा होता है। You just insert your card and it will copy the data of your card. And a pinhole camera is there in the ATM machine which can capture the pin you have entered. So what they did, they just map the time of the camera and the ATM data. They can create a duplicate ATM card. It's very easy. Even Chinese devices are available and they are not too costly to purchase. You can just fix that skimming devices or cloning devices or scanning copying devices on the ATM inserting where we insert our ATM card and just buy a pinhole camera which they sometimes place just on the ATM machine just over the keypad. So if you are dialing pin in ATM machine, make sure you cover your hand. You use both your hands, one to dial the number, to dial your pin, and second to cover that another hand so that nobody can see what pin you are dialing. Sometimes it also happens that if queue is long in ATM booth, sometimes 4 or 5 persons are there. Make sure you are alone in the ATM. Ask someone politely, sir, please wait outside. Let me do complete my transaction, then you can come. So ये कुछ चीजें हैं। अच्छा, second thing is never if you paying in a restaurant, in petrol pump with your ATM card, then make sure all the time the ATM card is visible to you. You do not do a waiter has come, sir, please give me your card, I am coming with the machine. You ask him, you come with the machine, I'll give it to you right here. Then I'll enter in PIN and I'll take my ATM back or my debit card or credit card back. If you give your plastic card, that is ATM or a debit card or credit card to someone, it's very easy to copy that data and it's very easy to capture the PIN. Even CCTV cameras are so good, so high definition cameras are installed in the restaurants that they can easily capture your PIN what you have entered. It's not that you have to hide your PIN just from that waiter, but also from the CCTV cameras. So if you give your card, then it's very easy to copy that card. Same with the case in petrol pumps. Same with the case in anywhere where you are sitting and you are giving your ATM card to someone for 2-3 minutes. Easily it can be done in 2-3 minutes. So these are few things which you should bear in your mind. Second thing is, let's come on checks. Checks, if you know the basic difference between demand draft and checks, so check is a post-paid instrument, where demand draft is a prepaid instrument. Demand draft cannot be bounced. Demand draft is prepared when you have money. when you have given that money to the bank. But in checks, that is postpaid, you issue check, it can get bounced. So some figures are there which you have to be write in your checks very carefully. For an example, if you give me a check of rupees 8,000, EIGHT, 8,000. So it's very easy to add a zero in that figure. And why in that 80? So I no need to do much efforts. I am to just add a zero and in words a single y. So 8 will become 8. So 72,000 will be withdrawn more from your bank. When you write any figure or any number in your check, then make sure there is no space left so that anyone can add any digit or any word. 8,000 is just an example. There are n number of figures which you can find that it's very easy without doing much efforts to alter that figure. Second is, okay, even check washing is possible. Some chemicals are there which can wipe out, which can erase the figures. Your signature will be there, but all the written, your writing in check will be erased. And thereafter, anything can be written on that check, just subjected to your account balance so that it cannot get bounced. And it's very easy to know the balance of anyone. You just go to the bank counter and ask the balance. So sometimes they don't bother who is asking the balance. Even the rule is what is the rule? If there is an account of my wife, if I go to the bank and inquire what's her balance, so bank employee will not disclose me the balance because I'm not the account holder. Doesn't mean I'm his father, brother, husband, or what. They are bound to maintain the privacy of that account. If I'm a joint account holder, then they can reveal the balance. But if I'm nobody in that bank account, so bank employees will not disclose even the balance of the account. Sometimes what happens, eh, intentionally, for example, there is 10,000 balance in my bank account, and I issued a check of 12,000 because I know there is 10,000 balance in my account. That's why I issued a check of 12,000 so that it get bounced because I do not want to pay money to that person. So what that person did, he go to bank, he asked, he inquired my bank balance, and that bank employee reveals that I had 10,000. So what he did, he just deposited 2,000 rupees in my bank account. So now my balance get 12, and he just put on that check, and all the 12,000 was withdrawn from my bank account. This happens. People are smart. So if you are issuing anything, make sure that you have stopped that check number. Don't play with just figures. Hmm. It happens. I have seen many people who just came and inquired the bank account. So that cannot be prevented from our end. That can also only be prevented from the bank's end or their employees' end. But it happens. Second thing is, okay, wherever you submit your documents in bank or anywhere, just write on that particular document, okay, what is the purpose of submitting that document. For example, if I'm opening a bank account in SBI, State Bank of India, so I will write on that documents, my Aadhaar card and my PAN card, okay, this is documents is submitted for opening bank account in SBI only, so that no one can use those documents to open another account in Axis or HDFC. Same with SIM cards. For example, if I'm going in a market to get issued a SIM card of Vodafone, so I'll write on that photocopy, my Aadhaar card, okay, this is submitted only to get SIM of Vodafone, not Airtel. It happens, people copy your photograph, people just copy your identity cards and get issued another SIM. And when we are in a, it's very easy to open a bank account online. Few banks are providing online services without any physical verification. So what scammers do, they need your Aadhaar card, they need your PAN card. That's it. They will go to the shop, they'll get a SIM registered in your name, then they will open a bank account and they will do transactions. Even you don't know that there is another bank account in your name. You will come to know that when some fraud would have been committed by that account after 1 year or after 6 months. Then you will get in trouble. Okay, how? I don't know where my credentials has been used, who has installed these credentials and used to open a bank account. So please mention, okay, what is the purpose of submitting that documents, even Aadhaar card or PAN card. Okay, I'm just giving this to open this account in SBI, not in any other bank, or in Axis, not in any other bank. Just write it down. If you are getting SIM card issued or going bank accounts, going anywhere, just write it down, the purpose of it. No one will stop you from writing that. It's a good thing. So sometimes two-factor authentication is there. If you open a bank account, so you need to make your credentials, then you get an OTP, then you provide that OTP to that platform, and then account is opened. But there is a limit. You can do transactions in rent account only 40, 50, up to 40, 50,000, not more than that. But 40, 50,000 is also a big amount to someone. If 40,000 is a small amount to X, then it can be very huge amount for Y. So it happens. No? You need to be very careful. So next is phone calls and family emergency frauds. Sometimes I have seen the cases where a phone call came, hey Nikhil, your brother got met an accident somewhere and we are in a hospital and we need some money. So please Paytm me 5,000 or 6,000 or 10,000. So at that time, we are so panicked that we think only it's a small amount, 5,000, 10,000 I can give. Or sometimes they call you, okay, my mother is ill, my father is ill. Scammers are calling day by day. They are hitting, they have a data, they have n number of mobile numbers. They just hit and try. Okay. Even call centers are running for that purpose only. Okay, your father is ill, your mother is ill. Please transfer this amount to this account. And all these accounts are fake. You go to the police, you lodge a police complaint. What police will do? Police will try to trace that credentials, trace that address, trace that person, trace that SIM card, and all these things are fake. End of the day, you will get nothing. Only the workout cases, the workout percentage in these frauds, now I think it's only 10%, not more than that. Because when someone is not in existence, how will you trace it? Someone has created a fake ID. So who created that fake ID? That fake ID can be traced, but who created that fake ID is very difficult task to trace. So जो भी ये छोटी छोटी चीजें, फॉर एग्जांपल के कई बार ऐसा होता है कि आप यू गो टू अ शॉप और समवेयर, तो पीपल से कि आप ये स्कैन कर लीजिए, आपके अकाउंट में इतने अमाउंट आ जाएगा, क्यूआर कोड स्कैनिंग, पेटीएम और व्हाटएवर. सो हमेशा याद रखिए कि जब आप स्कैन करते हैं, इट मींस आपके अकाउंट से पैसे जाने, आपके अकाउंट में आने नहीं. इट्स वेरी इजी टू से कि भाई आप स्कैन कर लीजिए, आपके अकाउंट में पैसा आ जाए. ऐसा नहीं होता है. होता ऐसा है कि अगर आप स्कैन करते हैं तो आपके अकाउंट से पैसे जाते हैं. आप कभी भी अगर आपने किया है तो यू नो इट वेरी वेल. अगर आप स्कैन कर रहे हैं कोई भी क्यूआर कोड तो आपका अकाउंट एक्टिव होगा. अच्छा, थर्ड क्या है? थर्ड ये है कि कुछ, अब जो हम बिगर अगर एक्सपेक्ट में, हम ये तो छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं, अमाउंट्स हैं, कई बिगर फ्रॉड्स होते हैं. वो क्या होता है कि बैंक्स में अभी इवन आई हैव हर्ड एन नंबर ऑफ जीएसटी ट्रांजैक्शंस केसेस वेयर इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट हैज बीन डिमांडेड फ्रॉम दैट पर्सन बिकॉज हिज पैन कार्ड वाज यूज्ड इन दीस ट्रांजैक्शंस एंड ही वाज नॉट अवेयर दैट माय पैन कार्ड हैज बीन यूज्ड. तो इसको तो अब धीरे धीरे वी आर coming and working on this, how to stop this. Even GST and income tax department are also working how to stop the fake use of credentials of another person. अच्छा, एक मेरे पास एक केस आया था in 2017 where an old lady came to me. Okay, sir, 40,000 in my bank account has been withdrawn. I don't know how. So I asked, okay, how you came to know? Okay, I received a message, 10,000, 4 withdrawals of 10,000 each. So that withdrawal was from some ATM around 20 kilometers far from my police station. So I went there and I noted, first I inquired to the bank, what is the time of that transaction? So it was around 11 o'clock. So I take the CCTV footage of that ATM. So at 11 o'clock, no guard was there at the ATM, and the person who was withdrawing money was wearing a helmet. So I checked in that CCTV footage, a person is there, but he is wearing a helmet. So if he is wearing a helmet, then nothing can. You cannot trace it. If transaction is there, if money is transferred from account A to account B, account B to account C, then you can trace it somewhere. But if withdrawal is there, nobody can trace it. How physical cash is going? Someone has come with wearing a helmet and he just withdraw the amount and went away. So another factor is bill discounting. If you have heard about it, bill discounting. Bill discounting is simple. Okay, one person is running his shop. He has ordered something, and he is not paying anything to the merchant. Instead, some bank is paying on behalf of, and bank is charging some interest on it. Sometimes it happens that no product or no inventory has been actually purchased. Just a wrong information was submitted by the shopkeepers. I have purchased that inventory, that product, that material. And bank said, okay, I will pay to that vendor and you pay me with interest after 2 months. So 100 rupees transaction is made. Okay, a shopkeeper is going to a bank and saying that I have purchased a product of 100 rupees. So bank is paying 100 rupees to that vendor and bank is charging 105 rupees from that shopkeeper after 2 months. But after 2 months, what that shopkeeper do, sir, I do not receive the material. So bank asks, why did you say to pay me to that vendor? No, that was prepaid. Na? Unless the money was given, he won't release the material. तो बहुत सारी जो अब I'm not going that depth के जो शॉपकीपर्स हैं या जो बिजनेस ट्रांजैक्शंस हैं वो कैसे वर्क करते हैं, तो मोटा मोटा हमने ये समझ लेना है कि एक कुछ भी है, एक ना एक बैंकिंग वर्ल्ड में एक फ्रेज है गुड फेथ. So good faith is incomplete faith. Good faith without negligence is a complete faith. So if you are relying someone, if you are handing over checks, you go and take some money from cash, then self-beer or self-check or named is written. So you have to be very careful while mentioning your figures. And if you are writing your figures, then make it sure that no one can alter that. Or use a different kind of pen or ink so that it's rare to find that ink so that anyone can alter it. Some similar type of instances have been seen. अच्छा, एक मैं और आपसे एक केस डिस्कस छोटा सा 1 मिनट लूंगा आपका. क्या होता है कि कई बार हम ना लालच में आ जाते हैं कि जब हमें कुछ अच्छा ऑफर दिया जाता है कि सर आप यहाँ पैसा इन्वेस्ट कर दीजिए और इतना अच्छा आपको रिटर्न मिल जाए, तो वो लालच कई बार ना जो हमारा प्रिंसिपल है उसको भी वर्कआउट कर देता है. तो आप हमेशा इंश्योर कीजिए आप जहाँ पे भी अपना पैसा रख रहे, see bank is, if you know, okay, he is a scheduled bank and registered with RBI 10, this is good, but only up to the extent of 5 lakhs. Like if you heard about what happened with Silicon Valley Bank in USA. So only up to a certain limit your money is insured, but over that you will get nothing. और कोई भी अनरजिस्टर्ड जो एजेंसीज हैं या अनरजिस्टर्ड एनबीएफसीज हैं, जो सेल्फ प्रोक्लेम्ड एनबीएफसीज हैं, डोंट पार्क योर मनी विद दोस, ओनली शेड्यूल्ड बैंक्स. अच्छा, एक क्या है ना कि छोटा सा प्रॉपर्टी मोर्टगेज के भी फ्रॉड्स हैं. One person is there who want to do some business and he wants funds. He mortgaged his property or property of some his relatives with the bank, and thereafter the loan was default. So what they did, they raised around 3 crore from bank and mortgaged the property of 5 crore, and they left. They just went away. So 3 crore of the bank was gone, and that property of his relative came under SARFAESI Act, and bank started auction for that property. So two aspect was there. जो उसने प्रॉपर्टी, जब accused ने जब प्रॉपर्टी mortgage करने का ऑफर दिया, so he said कि I'll run business and I'll get income and I'll give it to you. You just park the documents of your property with bank, but he didn't do any business here in India. And then bank initiated SARFAESI fraudings on his property. And when auction is there, so bank also do not get true value. If property is for 4 crore and they are going to auction, then hardly it will be sold in 2.5 crore. So loss is there to the bank and to that guarantor who has mortgaged his property. But he mortgaged his property just for कि उसको एक छोटा सा लालच उसने दे दिया कि मैं अर्न करके आपको पैसा दूंगा. तो अपनी एसेट हमें ही संभालनी है, हमने अपना पैसा किसी को भी नहीं देना है. ठीक है, बैंक में पार्क कर सकते हैं, अदरवाइज कहीं पे भी देने की जरूरत है. कोई भी कितना भी आपका विश्वसनीय है, नहीं देने की जरूरत है. एक इवन मेरे फ्रेंड सर्कल में तो एक कहावत है कि अगर आपने अपना पैसा अपने दोस्त को दिया तो पैसा तो गया ही, साथ में दोस्ती भी गई. तो कभी मत आप बी इंश्योर. मैं ये नहीं कह रहा कि किसी की हेल्प मत कीजिए, बट गुड फेथ विदाउट नेग्लिजेंस आपने सारी चीजें कर दी. तो ये जितनी भी छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं कि एटीएम से रिलेटेड है या डेबिट कार्ड के यूज से रिलेटेड है या वो चेक इशू, डिमांड ड्राफ्ट इशू करने से रिलेटेड है या वो किसी की हेल्प करने के लिए अपनी प्रॉपर्टी मोर्टगेज करने के ऑफर से रिलेटेड है या एक इवन एक छोटा सा सिम कार्ड इशू कराने से रिलेटेड है, तो आपको ये छोटी छोटी बातें ध्यान रखनी है कि आपने जो डॉक्यूमेंट सबमिट करने हैं पर्पस लिख दीजिए, चेक लिखना है, अमाउंट इंश्योर कीजिए. ये छोटी छोटी बातें ना अगर आप डेवलप कर लेंगे तो आपको हमेशा याद रहेगी. जैसे आपको पता है कि रात में बाहर नहीं जाना है, ट्रेन में अननोन आदमी से सामान नहीं लेना है, तो इसी तरीके से अगर आप छोटी छोटी बातों का ध्यान रखेंगे तो इट विल हेल्प. आप इसे स्प्रेड भी करेंगे तो सम अदर विल आल्सो टेक एडवांटेज ऑफ इट. तो मैं यहीं पे इन चीजों को अपनी तरफ से क्या कहूँ, खत्म तो नहीं कहूंगा, बट अभी इतना ही रखते हैं.
सर, if there are more, आपके पास और आइडियाज है तो प्लीज कंटिन्यू, बिकॉज educated people like me, every time I give my आधार कार्ड, मैं जब आधार कार्ड देती हूँ कोई रीजन नहीं रहता, I know it, फिर भी नहीं करती. तो अगर आपके पास और कुछ आइडियाज है, प्लीज फील फ्री टू कंटिन्यू.
अच्छा, जैसे होता ये है कि आई टॉक्ड अबाउट चेक्स. तो अगर आपके पास बैंक बैलेंस है, सपोज यू हैव 1 लाख इन योर बैंक बैलेंस, सो कीप इट इन स्मॉलर एफडीज. अगर कोई जाएगा भी आपका बैंक बैलेंस पता करने के लिए तो वो जो लूज अमाउंट है वो ही रिफ्लेक्ट होगा, एफडीज रिफ्लेक्ट नहीं होंगी इतनी जल्दी. So if I told my case an example, like I have 10,000, I issued a check of 12,000. So if FDs is there, suppose 5 FDs are there, 2 to 2,000. So bank balance, the major bank balance will be reflected as zero. If a teller that is a bank employee is to search your bank balance, then fixed deposit has to be searched in another tab. In every banking, almost in every banking software, whether it is. Sorry, am I audible? A phone call was there.
You're audible, sir. Your screen's good. Yeah, it's fine now.
It's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
perfect.
So, uh, sorry, I was telling about check.
Yes.
I was telling about FD. Okay. So if you have smartly parked your money with bank, right, in smaller FDs, so nobody will be able to get the actual balance in your account very easy. He will have to search in another tab. And suppose if I do some transactions, suppose my friend is with me and a debit message came, okay, 100 rupees withdrawal from ATM or 100 rupees paid to this vendor, and now account balance is this. So account balance is only that loose cash. It will not reflect the balance in the SMS also of my FDs. Okay, always hide your phones from your friend. Acha, uh, I have seen number of cases where no, people make some certain applications of mobile phones password protected, whether it is WhatsApp or gallery for their privacy. But I have not seen people who use that privacy with SMS services or your messages service. OTP comes only there, but that is free. Only gallery is protected. If I have some credentials of my friend, I can just use them and I can see OTP on his screen. He will say, okay, I have not entered the OTP, but I have seen that OTP. I can use that OTP. But that OTP is not always protected. Anybody can see them. If I कोई भी आए कि निखिल अपना फोन देना 2 minutes के लिए, okay, take it my phone, and he has my credentials. He used somewhere online, and he saw my ATP, and the transaction was complete because I have not made it secure. Two-factor authentication is not there. Just OTP is there, and data OTP is visible to everyone. तो ये कुछ चीजें हैं कि आप ध्यान रख सकते हैं। और एक और बात है कि ऐसा तो आई होप ऐसा अब नहीं होता होगा, जैसे मैंने देखा स्टार्टिंग में कि आपने पिन ही उस पर लिख दिया डेबिट कार्ड पे। तो जब भी आप पिन करें, आप पिन चेंज करते रहे और ऐसा पिन बनाएं जो आपको इजी रहे। अपनी डेट ऑफ बर्थ या अपने बच्चों की डेट ऑफ बर्थ ये ना रखें। इट्स वेरी इजी टू गैस। कोई भी गैस कर लेगा। इवन विद योर बैंकिंग अकाउंट्स ना, जब आप अपनी आईडी बनाते हैं तो जो भी आपके अकाउंट्स का पासवर्ड है ऑनलाइन बैंकिंग, वो डेट इज ऑनलाइन अनदर, वो फिर साइबर और दूसरी चीजें आ जाएंगी। बट छोटी सी बात ये है कि आप ऐसा पासवर्ड रखें जो आप ही जानते हो। गैस ना करिए। आपकी सन की, डॉटर की डेट ऑफ बर्थ, उनका नेम, आपके जो इजीली फिगर्स हैं ना, जिनका परमुटेशन कॉम्बिनेशन बहुत कम समय में बनाया जा सकता है, ऐसी चीजें आप ना रखें। और जो गाइडलाइंस हैं कि हाँ भाई, आप ना वो स्ट्रेंथ भी वो दिखाते हैं जब आप पासवर्ड एंटर करते हैं ना, तो ऑनलाइन साइट स्ट्रेंथ भी दिखाते हैं। वीक पासवर्ड और स्ट्रॉन्ग पासवर्ड और एवरेज पासवर्ड, मीडियम पासवर्ड। अनलेस इट इज स्ट्रॉन्ग, डोंट यूज दैट पासवर्ड। One brute force attack technique is there. So brute force technique is using of permutations and combinations of certain keywords, which is relevant from case to case. Suppose my date of birth is X, and my wife, my parent, my son date of birth is X. So parameters are very few. Na? Permutation combinations can be created very easily, and in 100 or 200 attempts, it will be cracked. But now things have changed somewhere. If you entered 3 times wrong password, now then your account will be blocked for 24 hours. So things are evolving. Banking sector is also doing at their end, but when we are aware, so we can prevent these things. फिजिकल तो अब जो मेरा एक्सपीरियंसेस है अपना, चीटिंग के केसेस मैंने ज्यादा देखे हैं। और अगर हम बैंकिंग फ्रॉड्स के साथ साथ छोटा सा मैं आपका एक है ना, जो ये पोंजी स्कीम्स है या मल्टी लेवल मार्केटिंग स्कीम्स हैं, ये भी हमने बहुत देखी है ना लोगों को। यू नो व्हाट इज एग्जैक्ट डेफिनेशन ऑफ पोंजी स्कीम या एमएलएम स्कीम? पोंजी स्कीम क्या है कि दे विल ऑफर यू कि आप 10,000 रुपीज डिपॉजिट कर दीजिए और पर मंथ आपको 1,000 रुपीज का इंटरेस्ट आना शुरू हो जाएगा। तो होता ये है कि जो पिरामिड है, जो पिरामिड चल रहा है नीचे की तरफ जा रहा है, तो एक आदमी दो अपने सबऑर्डिनेट्स बनाता है, 2 4 4 8 8 12 इस तरीके से नीचे डाउनवर्ड्स होता है। जो जस्ट न्यू कमर्स हैं उनके फंड से अर्स्टवाइल न्यू कमर्स को फंड्स दिए जाते हैं। तो ये लेवल है, जो जस्ट न्यू कमर्स हैं प्रीवियस चेन वालों को उससे पैसा दिया जाता है, और जब न्यू कमर्स बनने बंद हो जाते हैं देन एवरीवन केम टू नो दैट दैट वाज अ फ्रॉड। तो न्यू कमर्स विल बी एंड समडे ना, it's not possible to get add on newcomers। तो ये जो एमएलएम स्कीम्स है, मल्टी लेवल मार्केटिंग स्कीम्स हैं, इवन चिट फंड्स, इफ यू हैव हर्ड अबाउट चिट फंड्स ना, कमेटी सिस्टम के someone is running a committee there, you are to deposit your monthly contribution and end of the year or end of 15 months, end of 18 months, end of 10 months you will get this amount. Someone is raising that committee, so that is conventional chit. Conventional chit, if you do some calculation, some basic mathematics now, you will come to know that how it can be beneficial to anyone. No, you are just add and subtraction you do and you will come to know that it's not going to help anyone. Same with the Ponzi schemes, same with the multi-level marketing schemes. और कन्वेंशनल चिट में तो क्या है कि 2-3 लोग आते ही इसलिए हैं ताकि वो पैसा लेके भाग जाए। तो दैट इज ऑल्सो फिजिकल ना, कैलकुलेशंस वाइज तो वो पुअर है ही, वो फिजिकली भी पुअर स्ट्रेटेजी है ना। एनीबॉडी कैन टेक द मनी ऑफ ऑल द पर्संस एंड ही वोंट अपीयर अगेन। तो ये जब कभी नेक्स्ट सेशन हम मतलब इफ अपॉर्चुनिटी मिली तो ये सारी पोंजी स्कीम्स, एमएलएम स्कीम्स या इनके एग्जांपल्स है ना। one case is there in our economic offences wing of Delhi police is stock group. The stock group, 4,000 victims are there, and that is belong to nearby areas of Delhi only. If you count pan India, then I don't know how many victims are there. In n number of cases, the number of victims are 10,000, 20,000. If you have heard about that bike bot scam, 10,000 victims are there with the Delhi police. And I think more than 20,000 victims are there with Uttar Pradesh police. So just give an ad in newspaper and some lucrative offers, so people will get attracted. It's very easy for criminals to design some conspiracy like this. Their investment is small now. You are investing 10,000, 5,000. They know very well that for 5,000 rupees, nobody will chase us. Our system, our criminal justice system is in a time-taking process. So they will let that 5,000. But you count number, if 50,000 people are depositing 5,000 rupees, then what is the magnitude of the fraud? So this happens. वही है कि डिसिप्लिन से ही हम अपने पैसे बचा सकते हैं। हार्ड वर्क से या स्मार्ट वर्क से तो सिर्फ कमा सकते हैं। तो ये जो स्कूल में और हर जगह डिसिप्लिन रहने की बातें बताई जाती हैं, छोटी छोटी ना हम कैरी कर सकते हैं थ्रू आउट आवर लाइफ। और कोई भी अगर आपकी किसी भी प्रकार की क्वेरी है तो आप बिल्कुल पूछ सकते हैं।
So I would now like to request the audience. Prashant, you need to unmute the people who are talking. Yeah.
Sure.
I would now like to request the audience to take 30 seconds to answer a poll for us. The purpose of the poll is to help us understand you a little better, so we can better curate the topics that we bring to you. You can also let us know in the chat box how you found out about Vishwa Talks. If you are a Vishwa Talk subscriber, heard about it through your friends and family, or found about the event on social media, please let us know. Also, I would like to request that those of you who are regular participants, unless you all have registered into the subscribe to Vishwa Talks, we will not be able to send you the invites because of the stringent norms that have been put up on WhatsApp, Facebook, and other things. So if you all are interested, please ensure you all are subscribed to Vishwa Talks. Also share it with your friends and family. I would like to express my gratitude to each of you for joining us today with your presence and make this webinar a success. I extend my gratitude to our respective speakers, Nikhil Singh Chaudhary, for taking the time to grace this evening. Thank you so much. I'll take a few minutes to discuss about Vishwa. Vishwa is a socially online platform which wants to impact social issues. It's a crowdfunding and a crowdsourcing platform. It is aimed at helping anyone to find the support they need in their efforts to fulfill their dreams for themselves or for others, in the process to make our world a better place. In addition to thought-provoking talks such as the one hosted today, we also extend the curiosity of exploration to youth and young ones. So if you know any schools which would be interested in having talks relevant to young ones or to the youth, please ask them to subscribe with us. We will be having special sessions for them separately. Vishwa materials. Every Ugadi and Diwali, we go in Hyderabad, we go to communities or people and we collect material and we share these with the NGOs which are distributing it to the underprivileged. It was such a successful event that we had this Ugadi. This is the New Year's of the Telugu people. Around 50 communities, and more than in each, some of the communities, more than 100 people had come forward and donated their materials, which we have given to young children, young adults. I remember some of the slums, they were saying, the young adults, they're working, they're studying like the graduation and all, and they were saying, my whole years of clothes requirement has been covered. Thank you all so much. Similarly, we have some success stories where a principal of a school from internal Andhra had requested for a tricycle for a young child. Her name is, I'm not sure what her name is. She had cerebral palsy. Surajana, her name was Surajana. She had cerebral palsy. And some unknown, anonymous, some people have donated. Today she has a tricycle. She used to walk 11 kilometers, dragging her feet. And it was very fulfilling for all of us to see her happy. We also have a few more crowdfunding applications in our platform. One is from Kannashraya Foundation. This is in Rajahmundry, Andhra Pradesh. All of us know someone in our lives who has a spastic child or a disabled child. And both the parents have to sacrifice their careers, their life, their time to taking care of these children. Kannashraya Foundation board has a boarding which takes on such children and takes care of their food, clothing, shelter, and makes them independent through vocational training. If there is anyone that you know, or if you are interested in funding the teachers around 10 to 15,000 per month or a year, it will be very of great help to these schools. Similarly, if you are interested in providing food for them, it might be around 3,000 to 6,000 for a day. Please look into the platform vishwa.org and see if you're interested. Please donate on your child's birthday, on your loved one's anniversaries. Similarly, we have Bal Vikas for underprivileged kids disabled kids in Hyderabad. We also have the upcoming talks which are coming up are human rights and social welfare. The topic is on LGBTQ Each of us has an opinion on what is right and what is wrong. Here we have Prince Manvinder Singh Gohil from the organization Lakshya Trust, who's putting forward the viewpoints of understanding same-sex marriage and how it impacts them and their lives. Here is an opportunity to listen to these people from their point of view. Then we have another speaker, Dr. Jaiprakash Narayan, who's from the organization Federation of Democratic Reforms. He is a brilliant man, made a lot of difference to our country, sacrificed his life, his career to make a difference to each of us in the area of democratic reforms. And he's actually impacted a lot of reforms. He's the founder of it, and he's also the founder of Lok Satta Party. He's going to talk about public finances, especially with the upcoming elections. We request that you understand what's happening to you in your state and the impact it will have on you. We have another talk coming up by Ms. Pankti Goyal. This is from an organization called Empower Now. She's the founder and CEO. This is on prevention of sexual harassment at workplaces. Most women or men today, we all come from nuclear families, small families with little support structure. And we don't know what is right and what is wrong. What is acceptable, what's not acceptable. What is the boundary we need to keep? What is the boundary we need to ensure people don't cross? And here is a talk which will give us an understanding of such issues. Lastly, please take a moment to subscribe to Vishwa Talks to get alerts on every new and exciting talk, exclusive events, and access to the Vishwa community. Please subscribe to Vishwa Talks and share this with your friends and family if this talk has made a difference to you. Yes. With this, we will start our question and answers. There is one question I had. When you said mortgage and insurances, what is the connectivity?
Am I audible?
Yes.
The mortgage is something, if that is collateral security, you give it to the bank. Some of your friend or relative is telling that he want to run some business and he need funds, and you don't have funds. You have asset, you have property. You offer that title documents to the bank.
Yes. Huh.
I got a call. Am I audible now?
Yes.
So you don't have funds, and you offer that property to bank. So bank will give fund against that property to that person who needs fund. You become a guarantor, some type of guarantor in that loan. That is handing over your property or asset to another person. But if he ran away, then bank will come after you. Bank will come after your property. So insurance, insurance is not connected with this. Insurance is something else, where insurance company bears a magnitude of losses.
Okay, got it. Is there a difference between scheduled banks and private banks like Axis Bank, ICICI, and HDFC?
No. All are scheduled banks. Scheduled banks is registered with RBI.
Registered with RBI. What about the corporate banks, corporative banks?
All are scheduled banks.
Okay, all right. So there is one question from Srimati Jyoti Jyotish. Please unmute and ask your question, please.
I just have three quick things to share with you. This is one incident which happened in Mumbai. This is way back in the late 90s that happened. There was this gentleman who was working for the Merchant Navy. He came on leave. He was a bachelor with no family around with him, and he fell sick. So there was his domestic help who used to come and help him out. He signed a few bearer checks for that guy to withdraw money from his account so that he can pay the hospital bills. He got well. He went off, resumed his duty. And when he came back on the next leave, he found out that his bank account is wiped to zero. And what has happened is that he lodged a complaint with the police. They investigated it and they found out that this domestic help of him He has actually forged his signatures, managed to get a fresh checkbook issued on his name, and periodically he has gone and withdrawn the amount from his account and rendered it zero. It is after that the banks came up with this condition that if I am the account holder and I'm sending somebody else to obtain a checkbook, I need to write an application and ratify and guarantee the person who's going to collect, ratify that person's signature, etc., etc., and take the onus on me. Only then the bank will hand over the checkbook to the person who is not the account holder. This is point number one. The other point I wanted to stress upon is, why don't people understand that there are no free lunches in this world? You have to work hard to get whatever you want. And when you are working so hard to earn your money, why don't you put in a little bit of hard thinking before ending in some net like this? Why do you part with your ATM PIN numbers? Why do you hand over your credit card to somebody else to swipe it on your behalf? I think, people, and I feel very bad when I see that well-educated people walk into such kind of scams. What happens to your education? You are just literate, I believe. Why do you trust other people with your hard-earned money? I would say don't trust anybody, including your family members. Please, for God's sake, don't mortgage your hard-earned property for somebody else. Let them slog and earn the money, You never got it easy. Please stop trusting people. आज की दुनिया में कोई भी भरोसे के लायक नहीं है. अपना साया ही अपने को धोखा देता है तो और कोई क्या हमारे साथ भरोसा करेगा? My earnest request to all participants in this is just like our Nikhil ji said, do not trust anybody. One of my husband's colleagues, I was in the UAE for a long time. One of his friends, he has got a fantastic policy. He says, 500 dirham से ज़्यादा मैं किसी को उधार नहीं दूंगा. वो वापस नहीं आएगा तो भी चलेगा. ये लाखों का उधार देके फंसने का मैं भागी नहीं हूँ. So I think we should have some kind of discipline like that in our life. It is very difficult to earn money. Nothing comes easily, guys. Please be careful with your savings, your money, your property, etc. Don't जो trust सिर्फ आपके property को देख के करे ना, वो आदमी को पहले दूर रखो आप. मतलब ही है वो. Don't part with your things. This is what I wanted to share. And Vishwa, as usual, you guys rock. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nikhil ji. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
So next question from Ms. Sabita Shetty. Nowadays, we get SMS about our credit card being upgraded, limits being increased, and a link is provided. How to judge if the SMS is genuine or fraudulent?
See, whether you have applied for upgradation. If you have not applied for upgradation, then please don't click that link. Nobody is there who is making an application on behalf of you for upgradation of your accounts or your credit card, your debit card. Nobody is there.
Okay. So we will continue our questions after the closing of this session. So thank you so much to all the participants. And thank you to Nikhil Singh Chaudhary once again.
Thank you.
We will continue. For those of you who would like to continue, I see Malti Raj Siddham Setti. Please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yeah, good morning, Nikhil ji and Shivani. I have one question. Like wherever we go for anything, they ask the Aadhaar card. How safe is it to give the Aadhaar card details? They take a screenshot or they take and even on WhatsApp we send it to so many. Even if you have to go book a ticket or do any booking, they ask for Aadhaar card. So what do we do? Is it safe?
See, Aadhaar card, when you submit a copy of your Aadhaar card, so can you tell me any instance for which you are asking?
No, like now you have to book some flight tickets, or I want a SIM. Anywhere you go, they'll ask for the Aadhaar card. So you give your Aadhaar card to them.
No,
so
we just show our identity. We do not give when we travel by flight. We don't give copy of Aadhaar card.
Not copy, but we give our Aadhaar card and they scan it or do whatever. So is it even if you go for registration?
They do not scan our Aadhaar card. They just scan our tickets or boarding passes. They just need the number.
When I went to take a SIM also, he wanted my Aadhaar card, a new SIM.
That is another issue. They need copy of your Aadhaar card. So you have to be careful in that case. See, things are developing. Now, sooner you will see that they need your thumb impressions that is connected to your Aadhaar card. If you are getting a SIM, then they will make sure that this is only you who is getting this insured.
Okay.
So at this stage, we have to be careful. But later on, organizations like UIDAI or banks or any organization will look after these things. Now they are coming with the ideas.
So now we forward Aadhaar card photos on WhatsApp. Is it safe to do that?
Aadhaar card photo on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Even passports, they ask us, the travel agents and
Yeah.
all. When
Travel agents ask the details. So we
always
send
take our
WhatsApp.
Aadhaar cards.
Okay, I'll take 1 minute and I'll tell you a case which I have come across. ना हज यात्रा ग्रुप में होता है, तो व्हाट दे डू कि उनको सऊदी अरेबिया जाना है, तो ग्रुप्स में आधार कार्ड इकट्ठा किया सबका, पैन कार्ड इकट्ठा किया सबका, 40-50 people were there. So they will all give their Aadhaar card and PAN card or flight ticket or things to the travel agent. What that travel agent did, he went to the money exchange counter where you convert your cash to another currency in US dollar or in pound. So free limit is there up to, I think, $2,000, up to not $2,000, $1,200, I believe. $1,200 you can easily exchange. Thereafter, you need some formalities. So he deposited that 40 copy of Aadhaar cards and PAN cards, flight tickets, boarding passes to the money exchange counter, and he converted around 10 lakhs in US dollars. So later on, a case was there. That company belongs to Mumbai only. A case was there with us, so we got that information from AD, Directorate of Enforcement, where money laundering was going on with these Aadhaar cards. So, अगर trusted है कोई travel agency तो ही आप दें, otherwise random किसी को ना दें, tried and tested लोगों को ही आप दें अपने credentials, otherwise तो इसका तो कोई solution अभी तो नहीं है.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Our next question is from Ms. Anju. Sir, what is your take on the banking fraud that is of the scale committed by economic fugitives, by tycoons who have left the Indian territory?
I think if some more measures would have been adopted now, then things would have gone in some right directions. See, होता क्या है, हमारे साथ फ्रॉड हो गया, हमें ही बहुत समय बाद पता चलता है ना. If we don't receive a debit SMS, अगर मुझे मेरे अकाउंट का डेबिट होने का, suppose someone is withdrawing 10,000 fraudulently from my account, SMS नहीं आया है, तो I hardly check my account balance. And after 4, 5 or 1 or 2 weeks, I'll get to know कि मेरा account balance कम है, इतना नहीं होना चाहिए था, ज़्यादा होना चाहिए. तो वो जो चीजें हैं, like if you default a bank loan, na, so 90 days are there before bank go for the SARFAESI proceedings. So after there is a window of 90 days, thereafter only you will come to know okay, SARFAESI proceedings has been started. So in this span of 90 days, you can do anything.
Okay. So most times is these stories which coming up because elections are coming up in the media, or are they genuine fugitives?
That is another issue, and if you have basic understanding between the illegality and criminality, both are different things. See, if I am taking a loan from bank and business went wrong and the loan was wiped out, So I'm liable to pay bank that amount, but I have not committed any crime. Business can go in wrong direction. But intentionally, if I'm taking loan, that I am to show that my business will go in loss. That is another issue. Only investigation can tell this whether it was a genuine loss or whether it was taken just to make that loss. So personally, I have not gone into that case, so I cannot comment. I have only heard from only these media.
Another thing is internet banking. Today, internet banking is almost a must because of the number of holidays banks take. But for an age group, when the younger generation are very savvy in their Google Pays and their Paytms and all. But for the generation which is not used to computers, internet banking is not easy. Any precautions would you suggest for them?
See, internet banking is there, but we have come up with mobile banking. That is more easier than internet banking. Soon, internet banking will be there for corporates only, where two factors authentication is there. Like we use mobile banking. If any mobile banking application you have, then you can operate it very easily. You don't need to go through these web pages. You see on your phone screen only the a keyboard or some icons of particular things, whether you are to check your account balance, make transactions, add pay, delete pay, or these things. I think this is easy. And sooner the user interface, which is provided by these banks, they are in competition who provide more simpler user interface. So I think that is at par with physical banking. Na? If you issue some check, then possibility is also there that some alteration can be done. If you are using mobile banking, then possibility is also there that some spyware is running at backend in your phone. So it's safe if you watch on your phone that some Trojan horse is not in your laptop or some spyware is not in your phone. Safe. See, if you heard about my encryption techniques, if I have Facebook account, then Facebook do not know my password. Facebook just know that encrypted code which is generated through the algorithm which is used by Facebook. So if my password is 10 character long, so it's possible that encrypted code will be 100 character long. And decryption is not possible. Nobody can decrypt that 100-digit code to that original password. So, and in intermediate channels, no? Okay, from end A to end B, encryption is at end A, and the data which is generated by encryption is saved at B. B cannot decrypt that, and anybody who is stealing your information in between cannot decrypt that.
In today's world, when there are so many passwords, at least 15 passwords, where do you store them securely?
I think in our mind only. Don't write on the diaries
How
or
can we store 15 passwords? Are there any wallets or
you
something?
can see what I do, what personally I do. As the standards has been provided, guidelines has been provided. One capital letter will be there, one special character will be there, one numeric digit will be there. So you write down a password. You just replace the digits. So 10 characters will be same. If I have Facebook account, Insta account, Gmail account, I never repeat password. All my accounts have different passwords. And as I celebrate New Year, I change the password for all the accounts. I know, okay, this year I'm going to take this password, and this year I'm to make this password.
Lovely. That's a great suggestion. Every year, change your passwords.
How you celebrate New Year without changing your passwords? Huh?
But are there any wallet watch or things? I mean, I'm not sure which applications I see sometimes. They say, secure all your passwords with us. Are these safe?
It depends. Personally, I feel they are not safe.
Now, how you were saying there were 10,000 cases in Delhi, 20,000 in UP. How many of them are actually solved, and how many people in the cyber place actually are they're either insured, they get back their money, or they don't get back? What is the percentage?
No, that was not cases, that was instances. Cases are 100 or 200. So number of victims are 10,000.
Okay.
So we clubbed those victims in one case only. 10,000 cases will be a burden on the judicial system.
Okay.
So victims are there. And that was not cyber fraud, that was like Ponzi scheme, multi-level marketing. And when it comes to cyber fraud, so things are going unreported. If you collect the data from NCRB, National Crime Record Bureau, or State Crime Record Bureau, then if 500 is deducted from my bank account, I'm not going anywhere to complain that. Same with everyone. Nobody is going to make complaint with police or any authority for smaller amounts. And that smaller amount, if you collectively take, I think that will also cover that figures of fugitives.
Okay.
I'd like to mention
Yes.
a question.
Yeah. So, sorry, you were saying something?
Yeah, there's a question from Jailakshmi Jayaraman.
Yeah, we'll take that
She
question.
received a message saying you can earn up to 5,000 rupees by liking YouTube videos. I think everybody receives this kind of messages where you can get a part-time job for 10,000 rupees, whereas you're not really going ahead and giving your details to get these kind of SMSs. So do you think these kind of SMSs can be fraudulent?
I believe 90% of these SMSs are false. See, nobody is going to offer you something. इंसान अपने प्रॉफिट के लिए ही काम करता है, कभी दूसरे के प्रॉफिट के लिए काम नहीं करता. आई एम नॉट रनिंग अ शॉप कि आओ और यहाँ से प्रॉफिट कमा के जाओ. मैं अगर कोई शॉप रन कर रहा हूँ, दैट इज फॉर माय प्रॉफिट ऑन. हाउ विल आई से कि कम हियर एंड गेट प्रॉफिट or take this link and you will get rich? How it is possible?
There is another question. There is a method to hide numbers on the Aadhaar card except the last few digits.
If you go na UIDI portal and you download the copy of your Aadhaar card, then they will also hide those numbers. Only the last 4 digits or first 4 digits will be visible to you. Only the Aadhaar card, which is you have applied for the exact portal, not any alteration in that web address or URL. So you will get exact things. But if you get the Aadhaar card from any other sources, some vendors are there. So you are not suggested to go or click any other link except the authenticated government website designated for these transactions. You can alter your details in your Aadhaar card. You have to visit the Aadhaar vendors. You have to put your some impressions, and thereafter you can alter anything. So see, what I believe now, some emotional intelligence can help. I'll take 1 minute. This education, literacy, your knowledge is another thing, and emotional intelligence is another thing. एक 6 महीने का जो बच्चा होता है, उसको कुछ नहीं पता होता, लेकिन उसको बहुत अच्छे से पता होता है उसको प्यार कौन करता है. तो आपकी इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस आपको बता देगी कि ये सही है और ये गलत है. इसमें कोई हार्ड लॉजिक, सारी चीजों को आप लॉजिकल माइंड में प्रोसेस करके इवैल्यूएट करेंगे तो वो पॉसिबल नहीं हो पाएगा. आपको बिना किसी इवैल्यूएशन के, बिना किसी लॉजिकल एल्गोरिथम के ही पता चल जाएगा ये गलत.
Okay. Another question we have: Razorpay, Paytm, Google Pay, App Pay. Which, according to you, is the most secure?
I think every platform is secure unless you don't click on some wrong links. They have invested lots of money to make it secure, to make it encrypted.
And are they insured?
I do not have
Because
idea about it.
Scheduled banks, each bank's insured to a certain amount.
Yes,
So
yes.
where do we
If
know?
if they are registered as a bank, so might be some limit is specified by the RBI while giving license to these banks.
So do we get?
I do not have exact idea about this.
Okay, we should check out in the internet perhaps how much is insured in these platforms, the transactions.
We should know, and I'll also get it.
All right.
I have a question.
Yeah.
It's more of a sort of a guidelines for mostly men over here who are the webinar. So I've come across this material. I've come across a case where people can scan through your wallet and get your credit card details and credentials. So nowadays, wallets have this material called RFID lining, which basically protects all your credit card details and nobody can scan it from an external device. सर तो ये मटेरियल के बारे में मैं रिसर्च करने का कोशिश किया, मुझे कुछ पता नहीं चला था। ऐसे कुछ केसेस आए जिसमें लोग रिमोटली आपके पीछे से आपका डिवाइस आपका वॉलेट स्कैन कर सकते हैं और डिटेल्स ले सकते हैं। मोस्टली ये वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज में ज्यादातर अभी तक नोटिस किया गया। मैं एक वॉलेट बनाने की कंपनी में काम करता था तब मुझे ये मटेरियल के बारे में पता चला। कैन यू specify some other precautions like this that the industry takes to protect you? ऐसा कुछ?
देख क्या होता है कि नो सिस्टम इज परफेक्ट। सिस्टम हमेशा ही इवॉल्विंग और डेवलपिंग फेज में होता है। जो प्रोग्रामर्स हैं वो अपना काम कर रहे हैं, जो टेस्टर्स हैं वो अपना काम कर रहे हैं। एक सिस्टम के साथ वो जब आए, जब मार्केट में वो यूज किया तो लोगों की फीडबैक से और लूप होल्स उन्हें पता चले, फिर उन्होंने फिर अपग्रेडेशन किया, है ना। हमेशा ही आप देखेंगे आपके फोन में, लैपटॉप में विंडोज है या वो यूबंटू है या रेड हैट है, कुछ भी है, वो अपग्रेडेशन होता है। सेम विद दिस एंटीवायरस और मालवेयर सॉफ्टवेयर्स ना, अपग्रेडेशन डेफिनेशंस वायरस की अपग्रेड होती है। क्योंकि अब सपोज एक 2005 में एक एंटीवायरस बना और वायरस बना 2007 में, तो 2005 वाले एंटीवायरस के पास उसको नहीं पता है 2007 वाले वायरस ये एग्जैक्ट वायरस है क्या, अनलेस हम उसका डेटाबेस अपडेट ना करें। तो अपग्रेडेशन होता है। और मतलब ऐसा भी होता है, सपोज ना, जैसे इवन मैं भी जब कॉलेज में था और मैंने भी चीजें देखी, तो हम लोग मतलब पायरेटेड सॉफ्टवेयर यूज करते हैं, पायरेटेड विंडो यूज कर दी, फ्री अवेलेबल है ना। आप जेन्युइन विंडोज यूज कीजिए, यू विल नो द डिफरेंस कि वो मोर सिक्योर है, अपग्रेडेशन भी है, सारी चीजें। लेकिन अब पायरेटेड सॉफ्टवेयर आप यूज करेंगे और अपग्रेड डिसेबल कर देंगे, तो उस टाइप में तो मतलब आपने खुद ही ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म दिया है ना कि भाई आप बैकएंड पे कोई भी आप मालवेयर का विक्टिम बन सकते हैं। सेम विद फोन्स, है ना। अब कितने लोगों के फोन में एंटीवायरस होता है, आपको देख लीजिए, नहीं होता एंटीवायरस ना, क्योंकि वो परफॉर्मेंस स्लो करता है, हमारे फोन को स्लो करता है। एंड इन टुडे सिनेरियो वी थिंक वी नीड फास्ट प्रोसेसर हो, फास्ट मेमोरी हो। तो बेसिक ना उस स्पीड के रिगार्डिंग हम सिक्योरिटी से कॉम्प्रोमाइज कर लेते हैं। तो अब कंपनियां हैं कुछ वो इनबिल्ट ही आपके फोन में एंटीवायरस देती हैं, क्योंकि ये नो कि भाई उनका ही ब्रांड ना मिलाइन हो जाएगा मार्केट में, अगर ऐसा नहीं। लेकिन अब ना थिंग्स आर सेम कि भाई आप ड्राइव कर रहे हैं अपनी कार और आप ओवर 100 जा रहे हैं, तो चांसेस हैं वो क्रैश या एक्सीडेंट होगा। बट ऐसा नहीं है कि आप उस रोड को दोष दे सकते हैं। तो सेम विद दीज एप्स और प्लेटफॉर्म्स ना, कि आप यूज करें, लेकिन अगर आप गलती करेंगे तो एक्सीडेंट तो वहां पे भी हो सकते हैं।
So
Thank you.
we'll close. Thank you so much with this week.
Thank you so much, Nikhil sir.
The question and answer session also.
Thank you.
Thank you to all our viewers. I'd request everyone to check for the future talks, register for it, for the upcoming talks. go visit our YouTube channel for this webinar and the previous webinars. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can register on our website. Please follow our Instagram page. You can, if you have any more queries, I request anyone to send in the feedback form, and I will get your queries sorted with the help of the speaker. Thank you so much.
Breakout rooms.
Yes, ma'am. Sending a link in a minute.